Good evening. Let us be very honest at the outset. The air of our times is thick with hurry and fear. The nerves of the world are frayed. Your calendars shout, your headlines pound, and somewhere deep the heart says, enough talk, show me. There is a fatigue that no nap will touch, a thirst no opinion can quench. Do you see that? We are not here for platitudes. We are here because life, as commonly seen, has not kept its promises. And the soul wants proof of presence, proof of guidance, proof that love is not just a word. Now listen gently but closely. The gift of this hour is not a new doctrine. It is a new seeing. Recognition of presence, God present. God here results in what the world calls healing and guidance. When presence is recognized, decisions clarify without argument. Bodies respond without manipulation. Homes find order without wrestling. Supply appears by rightness of place rather than schemes. Not because we have made something happen, but because we have acknowledged what already is. Be still and know that I am God. Do you see that? Here is our governing axiom, the whole foundation. There is no future tense in truth. God is now. Not God will be when you finish improving. Not God was before you made a mistake. God is. When Moses asked for a name, the answer was not, I shall be. It was, I am that I am. When the psalmist spoke, he did not sing, the Lord will be my shepherd when I deserve it. He sang, the Lord is my shepherd. And the apostle writes, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. There is no future tense in truth. God is, I am. Do you see that? And because I know your hours are already too full of hours, we will learn to meet this isness simply. In a little while, within this very meeting, we will take 10 minutes, only 10, to sit, to stop seeking, and to start seeing. I promise you, you can still go to the movies after. 10 minutes is not to coax God to arrive. 10 minutes is to let your mind stop running ahead of a presence that never moved. 10 quiet minutes to exchange the ache of pursuit for the ease of recognition. Sit in meditation until you feel that presence. Time means nothing, but we will use a clock, so you will show up. Do you see the kindness in that? So I say to you, as a gentle bell at the door of your thought, that which you are seeking, I am right now. Do you see that? If you are listening for a plan, hear this first. Truth is present tense isness. We meet it now, not later. If you are listening for a way out, hear this. We do not run out. We awaken in. The way will be shown, not because we press, but because God is. Let this be our bold claim and our quiet greeting to the hour. God is now, and in that now, we will find what we came for. Never give up. Never give up. Now, because we have said God is now, we must face this habit of the human mind that still wants to go hunting. Seeking sounds so noble, doesn't it? It wears out many shoes and fills many notebooks. But seeking is always a project for tomorrow. It whispers, when I become holy, when I read one more book, when I sit on one more mountain, and I say to you again, there is no future tense in truth. Do you see that? Consider what hides beneath the noble word seeking, that God is absent and must be found, that you are an outsider who must be admitted. If God were absent, could seeking deliver God? Do you see that? If the sun were gone, could a sunbeam run far enough to locate it? If a fish were not in the ocean, would more swimming produce water? No. The premise is false. Therefore, the project cannot succeed. The Lord is. The kingdom of God is within you, not will be within you, not hope to be within you, within you. Jesus said, the hour cometh, and now is, for true worshipers. Now is. Is. I am. Do you see it? Let us tell the truth. What you have pursued as distant is the I that is present. Jacob woke and said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. He did not say, now the Lord has arrived. He said, I knew it not. The ignorance, not the absence, was the trouble. Seeking tries to repair absence. Seeing dissolves ignorance. We do not bring God to the scene. We notice God as the scene. We do not climb into the presence. We awaken as the presence. In him we live and move and have our being. If that is so, and it is, what exactly is the running for? If this required chase, we'd need better shoes. Fortunately, we need better seeing. How then do we translate this from pulpit to practice? Quiet the urge to go somewhere. We are not moving toward God. We are noticing God already showing forth as being, as life, as awareness, as the I that says I. Pause long enough to let the mind's future traveling come to a stop. Whisper, not as a spell, but as a fact. God is. God is appearing as this very I. The Lord is my shepherd now. Therefore I shall not want now. Open thou mine eyes, that I may behold wondrous things. Not tomorrow's wonders, this moment's isness. Do you see the shift? You will feel the difference. Seeking strains, seeing rests, seeking bargains, seeing beholds, seeking talks to a far God, seeing listens to the near I am. Beloved, now are we the sons of God. Not sons in waiting, not candidates for adoption now. When the seeing dawns, the hunt ends, and the hunted turns out to be the hunter's own being. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Stop seeking. Start seeing. Never give up. Never give up. We must be very clear now, for this is where superstition dies and spiritual vision is born. What is an illusion? Not a thing out there with weight and hinges and screws. Illusion is a picture in thought, like streetcar tracks that seem to meet on the horizon. Do the rails converge? No. Your eye reports a meeting. Your mind receives the picture. The picture is false. Is the horizon defective? Shall we hire an engineer to pry the tracks apart? We would only embarrass ourselves and frighten the passengers. The illusion is not in the tracks. The illusion is in the picture we entertain. Do you see that? So it is with fear, sickness, lack. We call them conditions, but they are conclusions in consciousness, pictures taken from a certain angle. Scripture says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Why? Because we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. The temporal is the picture, the eternal is the reality. Reality is God is now, is. I am. And where God is, only God is. One presence, one power, one law. Under one power, timelines collapse, convalescences dissolve, and repair gives way to revelation. You ask, but what about the dog with the broken hip? 2 nights later, he is walking not because we glued bone to bone in metaphysical paste, but because no such separation existed in spirit. What happened? You haven't seen a healing at all. You witnessed the new creature, Christ. You saw what always is when the false picture loosens its little grip. If there were truly a broken creation, the best we could hope for would be a patched-up creature limping nobly into heaven. But behold, I make all things new, not patched new. Do you see that? And more severe to our sensibilities. The soldiers blown to bits. How can they appear whole? Would God assemble fragments like a jigsaw on a battlefield? No. You are bumping into the boundary of the picture. Life is not in pieces, life is one. I am the resurrection and the life. That will be after a campaign am. In the light of I am, identity appears as it always is, whole, indivisible, not by repair, but by revelation. The shock is not that God can mend. The shock is that God never broke. Do you see the mercy in that? Let me ask you plainly, is the illusion out there in bones and rails and battlefields, or is it in the picture we entertain about God and man? If the tracks do not meet, why sweat in the sun with a crowbar? If the picture lies, change the seeing. We do not argue with smoke. We open the window. We do not fix illusions. We awaken. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Behold, look, see. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember, as and is, God appearing as individual. God is. Now, the moment you stand there here, the picture yields, and reality stands where it always stood. Never give up. Never give up. Now, we must say the other half of the secret, and it is a secret only because we have loved two-ness. Oneness is not God and man shaking hands. Oneness is God as man. Substance and form are one, reality. If you hold a glass in your hand, is there glass and then a separate tumbler, or is it glass appearing as tumbler? You could melt it, reshape it, and still it would be glass. The substance has not divided itself to occupy the form. It is the form. Do you see that? So too the sun and the sunbeam. You do not have a second sun sneaking out the window. You have the sun expressing his beam. Try to carry a sunbeam in a basket and you will learn something about inseparability. Do you see? Here is the pivot of identity. Here is God made manifest as man. Not a man borrowing divinity like a battery charge. Not a human pleading for a heavenly supplement. God appearing as individual, this individual, that individual. I and my Father are one. Allow me a little grammar mischief. I and the Father is one. Scholars may wince. Oneness smiles. There is not a plural here to be reconciled. There is one appearing in multiplicity of expression without ever becoming two. The wave is ocean. The beam is sun. The tumbler is glass. The I that says I is God's very self-knowing. In him we live and move and have our being. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Emmanuel, God, with us, not near us, not adjacent to us, with us, as us. Do you see that? If God appears as you, what exactly are you seeking? A second God to bless the first? A spare identity to patch the one you woke with? Seeking presupposes a gap, as dissolves the gap. Separation is the only sickness. When you accept two-ness, you accept trouble, fear, lack, disease are the offspring of that marriage. But when as is felt, discord has no root. You are not a branch hoping for sap. You are sap as branch. The life that animates you is the only life there is. The Lord is my shepherd, and the sheep speaks because the shepherd is speaking as sheep. God is I am. Do you see? Now, translate this into your seeing. When you look in the mirror, do not rehearse a human resume. Behold, God made manifest as man. When you answer the telephone, hear God answer. When you walk into the office, let glass be glass as tumbler. Let sun be sun as beam. Let God be God as you. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Stand still in that single grammar of being. The moment you do, the old picture loses its only power. Your belief in separation and harmony appears, not by repair, but by revelation. Never give up. Never give up. Now that you have heard as, let us live in is, oneness without present tense isness is a picture in a museum admired from afar, not tasted. But spirit does not hang on a wall. Spirit speaks its own name in the only tense it knows. When Moses asked for a name, there was no diploma promised for a future semester. There was no, I shall be when you improve. The voice answered, I am that I am. Presence self-declared, not future scheduled. Do you see that? If the name is I am, what hour should you wait for to meet it? Which calendar box can hold it? None. There is no future tense in truth. This is why the psalmist did not write, the Lord will be my shepherd when I qualify. He sang now, in the dust and danger and demand, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Hear it as instruction, not poetry. Let that sentence move from your bookshelf to your breath. On the in-breath, quietly, God is. On the out-breath, I am. Again, God is, is, I am. Not a charm to persuade heaven, a recognition to still the argument. Are you waiting for isness, or are you noticing it? Do you see that? Don't try to make it so. Witness that it is so. The mind loves projects, 27 steps to reach what never move. Presence cannot be fetched. Presence must be recognized. The light in the room does not arrive when your eyelids open. Your opening reveals what was already here. So it is with God. Open, behold, be still, and know that I am God. Every word in that sentence is present. Be still. Know I am God. Not agitate and hope. Not strategize and plead. Be and know. You say, but circumstances shout. Yes, they do. Trains whistle and yet the tracks do not meet at the horizon. The picture makes noise. Reality remains. When the bill comes, when the body complains, when the memory waves its old films, pause one breath. In, God is. Out, I am. Then look again. What changes in that moment is not God appearing from a distance. What changes is your seeing. Recognition, not effort, reveals harmony. Do you see that? We are not adding holiness to an unholy hour. We are noticing the holy that is the hour. Time will try to sell you a ticket till later. Smile and decline politely. Now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. If you must keep a clock, let it remind you of this. Every minute is a now dressed in numerals. Use the minutes for recognition. Sit in quiet pockets, on a chair, in a doorway, at a red light, and breathe the name. God is. I am. Let the cadence Dissolve the itch to fix, and let the seeing stand where it has always stood. Do not futurize God. Do not historicize yourself. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Live in is, and you will discover that guidance is already guiding. Life is already living. Love is already loving as you never give up. Never give up. When you live in is something very wonderful and very offensive to the old habit occurs. The you have been trying to correct begins to disappear. Not a grooming, not a better polish on the same old vase. The light goes on, and the shadow is not improved. It is gone. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Hear it as fact, not forecast. New creature now. Do you see that? This is quite a different thing than a healing ministry in which sick people get well. This is not convalescence. This is the instantaneous appearing of what always is when the false picture drops. He doesn't convalesce. The man jumps. He doesn't acquire holiness. He appears as what he is. Nicodemus came by night with a good man's questions and a schoolmaster's hope for extra credit. How can a man be born when he is old? He asked. Jesus did not offer him a syllabus of virtues. He said, ye must be born from above. That which is born of flesh is flesh. That which is born of spirit is spirit. Born from above is not moral polish. It is identity disclosed. You cannot stretch Adam into Christ. You cannot sand the old board long enough to call it new timber. The old goes out as the light reveals the true. Are you convalescing in hope or standing in is? Do you see that? And hear this further mercy. I am the bread of life, he said. He that cometh to me shall never hunger. Bread, not recipes. Presence, not processes. We are not nibbling our way to divinity with daily vitamins of improvement. We feed on isness. We take the I am as our very substance now. Your fathers ate manna in the wilderness, and they died. But this is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof, and not die. Eat means receive, recognize, accept that God is this very I. Take, eat. This is my body. This is not will be. Do you see that? What then of your programs, your careful charts to a better self? Beloved, lay them down. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Here is God made manifest as man, no second self to rehabilitate, no old nature to enroll in night school. When the light of Christ identity stands where you stand, the humanhood you feared and favored falls away like last season's leaves. The branch does not strain to become sap. It recognizes sap as its life. The moment you stand in that recognition, God is I am the patched up human, has no place to live, and the new creature appears without ceremony. You will find that the works follow this seeing, not precede it. The cripple by the gate does not practice walking steps. He rises at the word because the word reveals what is. Now are we the sons of God, not candidates, not patients now. Let this be your courage. You are not under repair. You are under revelation. Stand in is, feed on is, answer as. And when the old voice begs for a little more convalescence, smile and refuse the bed. Behold, all things are become new. Never give up. Never give up. Now we come to the practice ground where romance becomes reliability. If identity is revealed, not repaired, then how do we step? With whom do we speak? When do we lay hands, write checks, make decisions? Beloved, hear this and keep it near. Presence felt is permission granted. Before any outward work, wait for the inner click. By click, I do not mean a thunderclap. I mean the felt stillness that says, Emmanuel, God with us. It is a hush that settles the room within you, a sweetness, light as breath, that removes hurry, a certainty without argument. My sheep hear my voice, Jesus said. The voice does not argue in capitals. It rests you. Peace, be still. Do you see that? Nicodemus confessed, no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him. Except God be with him. Don't try them. Do you hear the guardrail? Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is, and then wait for with. Sit in meditation until you feel that presence. How long? Time means nothing. 5 days, 5 years, 20 years. If that query makes you nervous, I promise you will still be able to catch a matinee now and then, but let the clock belong to the theater, not to God. Except the Lord build the house. They labor in vain that build it. Better to wait in stillness than to rush in vanity. Do you see that? Can you tell the difference between thought about God and God felt? Thought about God talks fast and wants applause. God felt requires nothing and ends the wanting. Thought about says, we should, we must, we ought, and already reaches for the doorknob. God felt says nothing or one word, God is, and your breath softens, your brow unknits, and you are content to let as and is do the lifting. In that instant, you are not the actor, you are the witness. Then, and not before, speak the word, sign the paper, call the friend. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The is in you permits the step through you. Do you see it? Now a practical safeguard for serious students. If the click fades, pause. Don't perform on memory. Yesterday's manna does not bake today's bread. Yesterday's warmth may become today's presumption if you imitate the posture without the presence. If in the midst of counsel the hush lifts, become still again, even mid-sentence if you must. Smile, close the inner door, and wait for Emmanuel to be Emmanuel. The world will forgive your silence. Heaven will not forgive your performance. Except God be with them, don't try them. Some will say, but urgency. Yes, appearances, shout. The storm shouted on Galilee too, until a deeper voice said, peace, be still. And the wind obeyed the voice, not the volume. Seek the voice, not the volume. One breath in, God is. Out, I am. Then listen. If the click comes, move as moved. If not, wait not idly, but abidingly. There is no future tense in truth, but there is timing in obedience. Presence is the timing. Presence is the permission. God is I am. When that rhythm is felt as you, the works are witnessed, not worked. Never give up. Never give up. Sit in meditation until you feel that presence. If it takes 5 minutes, rejoice. If it takes 5 months, rejoice. Time means nothing. The click is everything. Emmanuel, God with us, as us, and then, only then, the step. Do you see that? Let us do this now. Sit in an ordinary way posture of ease. Nothing theatrical. Let the shoulders drop as if they have arrived before you. One breath as consent, not as effort. In softly, God is. Out softly, God is. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Simply let the chair hold you. Let the air breathe you. Now, very gently, set the cadence. Whisper within, not to persuade, but to recognize. God is, is, I am. Allow a small pause between each phrase, as if you are letting the syllables fall into a quiet pool. Feel the edge of silence after is. Do you see that? Let the seeing open into as, without making pictures, no halos, no portraits, say within, God appearing as breath, as heartbeat, as awareness. Not two, one, showing as these gentle motions. God is inhale, God is exhale, God is the knowing of both. No images, just being. Now the scripture as, now, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Do not decorate it. Stay with is. Let is widen until it fills the room, the body, the thought. The Lord is, the guiding is, the supplying is. Be still and know that I am God. Is, know, I am. Soften the watcher. Notice the one who is noticing. And see that this noticing is also God as awareness. There is no little guard at the gate of thought, only awareness, aware of itself. Smile lightly, as if you have caught yourself trying to supervise the sunrise. Let supervision rest. If restlessness hops about, if a fixer in you warms up the tools, do nothing to it. Don't change. See. Let the itch be witnessed in the same light that witnesses breath. Judge not according to the appearance. There is no future tense in truth. Recognition, not repair. Do you see that? Now expand the field. God appearing as this room, as these sounds, as hum, as traffic, as a distant voice, as the faint tick, as the bird, as the quiet between sounds. Not a God over here and a world over there. Glass as tumbler, sun as beam, one as many. Seal identity. Say within, with a little holy mischief, I and the Father is one. Let the grammar offend the mind and free the heart. Feel the is as your very being. God is, I am, not later, now. Let any remaining edges soften in that oneness. For 1 full minute, words stop, abide. If a thought rises, answer it once softly. God is. Then silence again. Be. Still. Know. We close without reaching for objects. Gratitude without an address book. A simple yes. Thank you. Without a you and me. That which I was seeking, I am right now. Presence felt is permission granted, the click of Emmanuel. Carry nothing forward but is. Do you see that? After the bell, do not spring up as if you had just escaped a dentist. Rise slowly. Let the body stand as if the quiet was standing you. Keep one thread, just one of God is, as a soft hum while you move. Not loud, not a chant at strangers, a walking prayer. In the doorway, God is. On the first step, I am. With a hand on the knob, God is. Do you see the kindness of a thread? It keeps you from sewing a new garment of worry. In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. In all thy ways, in the hallway, in the street, in the grocery line. Now the day will present its characters, and you will be tempted to meet them as personalities with histories. Pause. Treat each meeting as if it were the only minute on earth. Look past the costume. Here is God, made manifest as man, glass as tumbler. Sun is beam. Speak as if you know it, even when you do not mention it. The Lord is my shepherd becomes the tone in your hello. You are not dragging a neighbor up to a God on a hill. You are greeting God as neighbor. In so much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, ye have done it unto me. Do you see that? And when a problem appears, symptom, quarrel, letter stamped, urgent, do not try to heal, don't try to do something, don't try to change something. Always remember as and is, rest. Let your first motion be inward stillness. God is, I am. Wait for the click if it is to come. Often, the only word you will speak is peace. Sometimes you will sign the paper, make the call, change the tire, but you will do it in is, and the act will bear the easy yoke. You haven't repaired a broken hour. You witnessed the new creature where a problem seemed peace, be still, and you watch the picture quiet itself. Now, a little homely truth for your ledger. You will still pay taxes, but you will pay them as is, not as anxiety. Oh, and yes, you may go to the movies. Only go as is. Sit in row G and let the beam on the screen remind you of the sun and the sunbeam. One source, many images. Buy popcorn if you must. Leave the fret. Make this your self-audit. When friction returns, and it will wave you, pause 60 seconds, 1 minute only. Eyes open if you like. In, God is. Out, I am. Again, now is the accepted time. Let the shoulders drop their little arguments. Let the room reappear as God appearing. Then proceed. If the words rise, speak. If not, silence is permission enough. Do you see that? We do not leave isness on the cushion. We walk as it. Let your feet be ordered by the Lord, step by step. Keep the thread. Meet each minute as the only minute. Behold God as individual and rest rather than wrestle. God is I am. Never give up. Never give up. Now we seal it, not with effort, but with the word that is already true. Here Psalm 23 is present fact, not future comfort. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. Thou preparest a table before me. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Is, maketh, restoreth, preparest, runneth, follow. Every verb refuses tomorrow. There is no future tense in truth. Do you see that? Hear the name that cannot be scheduled. I am that I am, not I will be, when conditions approve. I am. Thus say to your world, without boasting and without apology, I am hath sent me. The sending is the is. Presence authorizes itself. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Let I am be the grammar of your steps. Hear the bread that is not a recipe. I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger. Never, because the food is being, not bakery. This is the bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. Eat means receive, isness, now. Take, eat, this is. Feed on I am God, appearing as awareness, as breath, as the I that says I. The hunger ends not by more, but by as. Now the new name. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, not candidates. Now thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. Let the old labels go out with last week's papers. Here is God made manifest as man. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Prince of Peace. Hear this not as flattery, but as identity unveiled. Christ as your eye. Say it softly, and let the heart catch up. Now am I the Son of God, Prince of Peace, in shoe leather? Do you see that? And here is the commission for the few, the serious ones who will not trade presence for hurry. Be among those who will sit until the click. Sit in meditation until you feel that presence. Time means nothing. 5 minutes, 5 months, it is all one now to God. Accept God be with you. Don't try them. Accept Emmanuel be felt. Wait. Never give up. Never give up. If you lose the thread, pick it up at once. God is, I am out. Again, quietly, faithfully. Let the works testify. You do not. So we close as we began, with no ornament. God is. I am. I am. Let it fall into you like rain upon a field. No argument, only watering. God is. Is. I am. Abide in is. Don't try to do something. Don't try to change something. Always remember as and is. Do you see that? Then live it quietly and let the works testify. Never give up. Never give up.